My name is John Davis, and I just can't chill. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of I Just Can't Chill. I'm your host, John Davis, here to give you a quick review of the major events that happened in the past week. Getting ready to close down the historic and eventful year that is 2020. So be on the lookout for a couple of recap episode segments that I might do. And again, we're going to end the season off on a good note. So be on the lookout for that. But beyond that, we're going to go ahead and take our quick break like we usually do. And we're going to get right into it, man. A lot of stuff happened. Quite some significant things happened that we need to go over. And hopefully you've maintained and accomplished all your goals from the week. And you're still planning and plotting and strategizing. So again, we'll be right back after these messages, after this music, and we'll be right back. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm John Davis back again with another episode of I Just Can't Chill. And again, we're gonna get right into it, man. I had a lot of stuff personally for me that was going on. But I know I made it. I made a commitment to giving you guys these episodes at least within a week's time. So I'm here and I'm gonna do that for you. But let's get right into it again, like I said. So we're moving forward. We're getting ready to enter a new year. But unfortunately, as we try to escape the harsh reality of COVID and its disastrous rampage over communities, populations, it continues to just take many, many lives away. And on that end, we prepare for the vaccine that is preparing to be administered to the open public. And again, if you don't know, that vaccine could be available within the next couple of weeks. We're hearing reports that it could be first administered to citizens in the New York area, East Coast. Can't really confirm that at the moment. But again, there are reports that there will be the first dosages of the vaccine for COVID-19 administered in that area. If you want to vet that information, you can. Then again, I'll come back and try to, corroborate on that. But nevertheless, just a quick recap of what it is. Because again, you guys should want to know what it is, who's producing it, but more so who's producing it than what it is. Again, the vaccine will, I guess, be a precursor to what most people would consider a mass, medical implementation on its citizens, that for the greater good will help us move forward and get back to our normal lives. And again, the three companies for that will be the biotech firm Moderna. They'll be producing the vaccine. Not really familiar with that personally. And again, we'll come back and we'll try to provide that information for you, let you know about what exactly Moderna has done. Another company that a lot of you are really possibly familiar with. They got good visibility on television. Excuse me, they have. They have good visibility on television. Pfizer is the other company that'll be producing the vaccine. And of course, something that's kind of interesting to me, looks like a, I guess a subset of the United States military will be producing a vaccine as well. So those are your three options. And again, for all my people who are listening to me in the northern area, northeast area, New York, I believe, again, continue to do your research on this. It's important now that pretty much seeing what COVID has done to people's families and to their friends, you consider the options, of course, but also know that, the side effects and symptoms that could come with the disease. I mean, not with the disease, excuse me, but with the vaccine. And prepare yourselves for that mentally as well as physically. And once you pretty much configure that within your mindset, your path of success, you'll be able to maintain some type of normalcy regardless. So again, if you can go ahead and continue to do your research on what these vaccines will consist of, you'll be doing yourself more better than harm. So those are the vaccines that'll be available for you. I usually try to keep it within this area of, I guess, poignant news. Well, not so much poignant, but pertinent. And again, the vaccine is on its way, guys. Help is on the way. And while we prepare for that, we also want to acknowledge who is getting ready to be our leaders in this fight. Not just a fight for a fight against COVID, but a fight for normalcy within our United States government. And again, the presidential election is over. That's pretty much a done deal wrap. I know Rudy Giuliani is still trying, although unfortunately he has contracted the COVID virus. And hey man, we're sorry to hear that. Let's say that. But again, as we continue to move forward, there is still some processes within our democracy that need to be completed. And again, this past weekend, we had a nationally televised debate between the Senate candidates for the seats in the state of Georgia. Kelly Loeffler, who was was the incumbent for the Senate seat that was given to her. Let's just keep it real. Against Raphael Warnock, and that's radical liberal Raphael Warnock, as we saw in this debate. Not a lot of analysis on my end. If you saw it, you definitely could tell that the tones were definitely different. But that's just because both of them come from two different backgrounds professionally. Kelly Loeffler was a businesswoman, a major businesswoman. It owns a WNBA team and radical and liberal Raphael Warnock is a pastor of the Ebenezer Baptist Church, which was the church of the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And so, again, once the debate kind of went ahead and got it going, we definitely could tell the tones were different amongst the two. But at the same time, this one, a lot of people would say, hey, why is this on TV? And why is it important? And, well, that's a problem, first of all, if you're wondering why. But, so we'll explain. Of course, as you may know, the presidential election may have passed, but it's important that, for either side of the chamber, that they get these seats so that, certain laws, certain legislation can be passed. If you didn't know that, now you know. And hopefully I helped you kind of understand that. So this one is really important. They're going to have this runoff next month. And again, the timing of it is kind of beautiful in a sense because, this might be the time where the administering of the vaccine might occur, even if it's not in the designated areas that I mentioned before. It could possibly be within that state of Georgia. And so we'll see how that affects the people while they go cast their ballot. But again, all my guys in Georgia, all my ladies, all my friends, family, everybody, man, just exercise your right. We depending on you, man. We depending on you so much. Come on, man. Like, just do this for us, man. Go out, vote. I believe it's January 5th. I believe the days to register to vote, the last days to register to vote are coming up. So please do that. All right. Thank you so much. And you know the deal. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the I Just Can't Chill podcast. I want to thank you for listening so far. Want to give a big shout out to all of our teachers and administrators who have been teaching the babies, man. We really appreciate you taking the initiative to still bring that passion, even though it may be through a computer screen, bringing that passion and helping the kids and the children elevate to higher heights through the computer screen, or however you're reaching them. We thank you for that. So we just want to give a big shout out to the teachers, man. Teach us. All right. Yeah, man. So basically, and again, what we do around this time, just some pop culture things here. And there was a lot to be picked on. It was a lot that we could have picked. Me and the producers, in our meetings, wanted to find out what would kind of engage interest. And one of the things that we thought would be a good, starter is just this concept of, not the concept, but the model of what most people would consider a Casanova male. I don't have the direct Urban Dictionary term for it, but if you are familiar with that, You know what a Casanova male is. They are perhaps one of the most enigmatic type personalities that most people encounter daily. And I guess why is this having relevance in this conversation? Well, there was quite the gentleman who made his rounds on social media, but he's been around. Mr. Kevin Samuels, shout out to him. Um, he is also a fellow podcaster and a former men's stylist who happens to offer relationship advice to many men and women across the nation. And I guess in this particular week, throughout this particular week, he went viral. Caught the airwaves just of his pure honesty to people seeking for love and attention. And of course, if you've seen the videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The quotes that he had for certain individuals, you know what that is. And I guess in this sense, most people would consider him a Casanova male because he carries himself in a way that can be quite cleanly and pristine, even though some people might not fully believe in the type of, you know, mindset that he has. I think most people need to start appreciating it because you need that type of, I guess, encouragement in your life. Let's say that. And, you know, as harsh as the things that he said to some people, especially to that brother who said he ain't no Ron Jeremy, you know, as harsh as it was, it's important that, you know, well, I can say that I'm sure he left an imprint on that young man's mind, and even on that young woman who was also another subject of the viral video that he made, who said that she was only interested in certain men making a certain amount of money. You know, I'm pretty sure he left an imprint on them just in that aspect of giving dating advice. And again, everyone can truly appreciate being fresh to death. And so if you've seen his page, he's quite stylish. I too like wearing a nice little button up and jeans. But hey, you know, I'm not the most fashionable person in the world. And so I would definitely like to reach out to him for fashion advice amongst dating advice. But the thing is, it's not just him because I've grown up with a lot of men like that. And so I guess in a sense, hey, shout out to y'all, man. I ain't gonna say your names. I never mention your names. I promise, respect. To all my the Casanova type friends and men that I've known, even if they were my age or older, I really appreciate you guys just not, you know, bullshitting with us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep it straight. And again, I know there's people who just hate them. They're so annoying. That's one word to describe them. Some people even would call them petty in a sense. But you need them around you. I'm not sure what the, I guess, correct term for a Casanova woman would be. But if you have those in your life, keep them around you because they don't, you know, they don't beat around the bush. And you need that. You're going to need that definitely going into 2021. Believe me. Some type of reasoning for your seasoning. And again, if you've seen the videos, you know, let me know what you think of them. Again, I'm going to put an email address in the description this time. Send me some, you know, just a few words, sentences about what you think about this gentleman or even about the show. But, you know, again, just want to give a shout out to Mr. Kevin Samuels. You know, you're probably an inspiration to not only just those people who you're giving dating advice to, but to people who are also thinking about venturing into the fashion industry. So, Mr. Samuels, thanks, brother, for keeping it G. I want to give a big shout out again to Nordstrom because, I mean, if you want to get fly, you want to get flashy. You want to get your grown woman on, grown man on, that's where you go. All right. And so we'll be right back. Again, you already know what this third segment is going to be about. We're on some pretty good time here. So we're going to take another quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the I Just Can't Chill podcast. Sorry about that. And so as we're getting ready to roll down the show here, we always do it, what we've been doing, talking about a little bit of foosball, football, American football. Hey, man, again, if you want some more, like, takes, opinions about sports, shout out to my friend Terry. Recently married the love of his life a couple of weeks ago. Terry DeShazo and his friend Garrett Langley. Two guys that got a good show, strictly geared to sports. If you want more sports takes, I strongly suggest the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. Again, Twitter, Facebook, check that out. As well as Convos with Kelly. If you're looking for more relationship, personal advice, check that out as well. Yes, this segment right here is about football. You know it. I know I got some listeners that love football as well. And, maybe on some next couple of episodes, I'm definitely going to delve into some NBA talk possibly. We'll see. But as far as the right now with football, just think it's pretty interesting right now as we're getting ready to close down the season. And again, adjustments are still being made while the owners and the league's administrators continue to have the season coupled amongst the virus, the pandemic. We are getting ready to close that season down regardless. So, why not just start throwing out some ideas and opinions on that. And obviously where we're at now within the NFL season, certain teams are still battling for playoff spots. Again, as I mentioned on the previous episode, teams definitely have a stronger chance of making the playoffs now that they've added more teams. So as we get down there, if you have a favorite team, you know that team's record. If you don't have a favorite team, perhaps you should try to look at that team's winning record right now. If you have a favorite player, you want to see him in the playoffs or one day competing for the Super Bowl. Again, just take a look at all of that and just know where you're at because we're getting down to the nitty gritty, as they say. And one thing that's particularly sticking out to me, we still have one team that has not lost this season. Wow. Just wow. They have not lost a game. And let's go ahead and they have not lost a game, guys. and you cannot just throw into that and just think like it's not a big deal. They have not lost a game. They are undefeated. And for some people, it's not a big deal because, again, there is a postseason where teams who might not come into the postseason with the best record or best team can still have a chance of beating the teams that have possibly had or will be undefeated. And, again, I try not to age anybody, but, some of my listeners do remember of course, some of my listeners remember the 1972 Dolphins, who are considered the greatest NFL team ever simply by being undefeated. And, of course, the most recent one was the 2007 New England Patriots team, which did, on a record level, have a better record than the Miami Dolphins, but unfortunately lost in the Super Bowl, ultimately ending their season with a loss. And so we can go back and forth about, does it matter that they played less games or more games? If you're going to go undefeated, you got to cap it off with that championship. And right now we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are currently undefeated right now. Then I say that right now because they still have some more games left to play. They might have some games going on currently. But I say that to say this. If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think it's really important right now that you start considering some things about the whole concept of being undefeated. Is that something that you really want to do, or do you ultimately want to win the championship? And again, I referenced two great teams, the 1972 Dolphins and the 2007 Patriots. But in particular, the 2007 Patriots are a team I'm always going to refer to within this conversation of, the willingness to want to be undefeated. A bulk of my listeners do remember that team, just how impressive they were and explosive they were on both sides of the ball, to be quite honest. And now we have the Steelers chasing that type of prominence. And what will happen is yet to be seen. But at the same time, would they not be remiss to not want to ultimately bring home a seventh NFL Super Bowl trophy back to Pittsburgh? That'll make them, I guess, the only NFL team with 7 championships. So, it's a lot on the chopping block for them. Excuse me. Again, because once you get to this point in the season, you're pretty much risking injuries, all of that. And some of their games have been close. They played a game on last Wednesday, which was, competitive towards the end of the game. But at the same time, they were able to pull out and get the victory. But, some things should be put into consideration for those guys. And I know Mike Tomlin, the trailblazer that he is of a coach, wants to win every game because that's what you do as a coach. Excuse me. But, at this point, you really want to try to put some perspective on what really would matter most. And, I personally haven't spoken to him, but I would just strongly consider, if I could say anything to him, possibly not putting all your eggs in one basket and trying to, not in the sense, not win the game. Because, we got some teams, it may seem like they are not trying to win games, New York Jets. But, if there is a point that, the team might succumb to a difficult point where they won't win a game, even in a regular season game, particularly, I think it's important that kind of, wave the white flag in a sense to not have the core pieces to your team risk injury. And, kind of make sure once the playoffs start, there's an intense focus on the basics. Again, I don't have the greatest football mind, but again, if you want to test it, you know where to find me. But, just the core basics that they can just exhibit on their opponents. They don't want those things to be taken for granted once the playoffs start. And so hopefully, I hope this team continues to play at a level where they just focus on the things that gets them dubs, man. I mean, to quote Al Davis, the Steelers' rivals in a sense, just win, baby. And that's what they're doing now. And I can see them still doing it. But again, in moderation, man, don't put all your eggs in one basket here. You got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, all that shit. So, all right. And again, that's my NFL news or segment, my bit, my takes. And hopefully we got some more games that are coming through this weekday, so to speak, which is pretty rare. But I hope you guys enjoy them. Hopefully they can get your mind off some things while you continue to enjoy this holiday season. So, all right, and we'll be back to close the show, and we'll be right back.
But I got room to pray, no room for play. These crackers hanging the goon a day. So fuck the bullshit, I'm writing to the tunes I played.
All right, everybody. So again, we appreciate you for checking out this week's episode of I Just Can't Chill. Shit. It's that lunch. But yo, man, we appreciate you guys for checking it out. And we definitely want to give you guys some good tidings this Christmas season. Put your decorations up, man. You got them under your crawl space in your closet. Go ahead and put them things out, man. Get cheerful, man. It's a Christmas season, man. More Christmas, man. Mas Christmas. All right, man. But just make sure you're paying them bills, because I just can't chill.
I heard that.
All right, man.
Heard that.
Peace.
Blew it up. Yeti side, Soundview area. George truly called Sharon. Signature 730 was popping. Chip was popping.